new comics. So let's discuss them. First up, the Friends Forever Rarity Gilda. Done by art by Physicist. So notice I didn't get that cover either by him either. So that immediately shows how much I like the art for it. Well, just how much I like the art, his art in general, and anticipation. Main story: Gilda goes to Rarity to design costumes for a Griffin sports team, and goes from there. The team gets down one member, so Rarity steps in. Very simple story. Not so much on the understanding each other's viewpoints sort of thing that you would expect for a Friends Forever comic, but it was good because it's still good story wise because present both characters the way they are. Rarity being very fashion, Gilda being a repentant former jerk, for lack of a better term. So it was good like that, showing off a lot of bit of quirks and the bit more background universe expansion. Like the sport that was very popular was one that isn't really popular with ponies because reasons. One of the things I really noted on this one, immediately going to the art. So that's what I focus on here. It was very weird that a lot of the characters seemed like they were drawn to be bipedal, as in walking on two legs. Because it really looks natural for horses and griffins to walk on two legs. It was very unusual art direction on that. So I don't know how I really feel about that because it's, I don't know. You're so used to seeing the characters, going around like this. You don't expect to see them up on two legs, walking around, carrying things like that. I mean, a lot of Rarity scenes were her carrying things in her front hooves instead of using her magic, which is how they do it in the show. And with Foskett's oddly proportioned ponies, the bipedalness really does not go well with that proportion. So it was a little unusual for the most part. I mean, overall the art was definitely better than the last comic I've read with his art. So I'm okay with that. But it's a lot of Griffins, so a lot more Griffin designs were shown off, and a lot of different, and continuing from the show is a lot of different bird styles and shapes and stuff. So not just the straight up hawk or an eagle style, but like one of the ones that got a lot of attention sort of goes with the stereotypical Roadrunner appearance, and others like quail shapes or vulture shapes, which admittedly when they seen a bit of that redesign on the old grumpy character from the show, sort of works better for for an old grumpy griffin than trying to keep him vaguely hawkish. So that was a good, interesting bit, but still they also were very bipedal, which still was. I mean, one of the telling scenes is when the coach of the team starts doing push-ups, which, when you're considering four-legged animals, is essentially bending and unbending the knees as if you're just standing up normally. So it's not an unusual exercise for animals. At least that's how I saw it. So yeah, Rarity Gilda, good use of both characters, good writing, art. Art was pretty good on it, except for the weird bipedalness of all of the characters involved. So definitely recommended. Next up, one just came out, the Rainbow Dash Twilight. Probably to the joy of a lot of Twi-Dash shippers everywhere, because that's not getting overplayed by the fandom at all. Yeah. Story was that Rainbow Dash's wings got stolen and were going to be made into a potion to turn some unicorns into alicorns, and the two of them team up to get the wings back. And I didn't notice this on the cover at first because I wasn't really paying attention, but the trench coats and shoe phones in there, really like that as a person who watched Get Smart reruns as a kid. So it was okay story. Just, I don't know, it didn't seem like either of the characters did anything new, or when the key elements were like, Rainbow Dash has to be the thinker now that Twilight's the only one that can do any action. Neither of them seem to really change that much in that regard. Mostly because Twilight's still being super nerdy Twilight and not and being like, I don't know about doing all this action stuff. And that's a very interesting conclusion with Rainbow Dash remote controlling Twilight's mind to save the day. It was okay, but it was it would definitely fit in with the into the last I guess it'd be close to a season arc, I guess, in the show, where you'd have the two main characters team up, but it wouldn't not necessarily as much of a one of those style of episodes, because it's them fighting a bad guy instead of them trying to harmonize or friendship or whatever that was. So it was that's that difference. One thing I really liked about it was it introduced some definitely going to be one-shot characters, unfortunately, that would make good recurring villains for the comics. Just they seemed like they'd be a good corny villain group that's out to just elevate themselves, let's say. They wanted the wings so that they could become alicorns, or pseudocorns as Twilight dubbed them. And I don't know, it seems like there'd be a good side villain now that we don't have Trixie or Gilda or Starlight or or so many others that are no longer villains available to us. At the same time, they just show up out of nowhere with really no introduction, so it's like, how can you really like them as a villain when you don't really know who they are? I mean, a little bit of character introduction what makes a villain really work better. And just three random people, we have no idea why they targeted Rainbow Dash. They could have targeted any other Pegasus in the planet. They could have easily have gone away with their plan if it wasn't for the fact that they went after Rainbow Dash instead of, Cloud Chaser or Cloud Kicker or one of the Wonderbolts. Admittedly, nobody would miss one of the Wonderbolts and probably would have improved the squad a lot better because Rainbow Dash would have gone in and replaced them. But that's an aside note. Yeah, it's like these are good sort of recurring comic characters for villains, but without any introduction or anything that would actually make them a good recurring character in that regard. So, in the end, that little bit of story fell flat, but otherwise, a lot of good jokes, very good story for the Pony Comics. I mean, hard to go wrong with opposites in a team up. So those are usually good settings for a story. On top of that, it was just really good art all the way through. Can't say no about that. And as a couple last notes, yes, these are only the two most recent Friends Forever comics. I have the CMC arc coming soon. I should be doing another comic discussion next week, so I'm looking forward to that. You could tell the art was done long before the big CMC reveal in the show because something's missing on the three fillies there. But yeah, I have that looking forward to. And yes, I know I'm putting off the LPS episode discussions, but I really don't want to, do all the screen capping and take the time out for do that right now. It's just not really motivated enough to do that, especially since I'm working on finally got stories going again. So yeah, next week got comics to look forward to. Should have other updates and stuff closer to the weekend. And yeah, if you're out and about liking the Pony comics, these ones are good ones. Definitely, I put art over story on this one, but I put story over art on this one. So that's the way some of these comics go for this fandom. So what are you gonna do? But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll have more discussion videos to go. Definitely not going to do one on Deadpool when I see it, but I am looking forward to it this weekend. Yeah. So, see you all there, and keep having a good one.